Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody, as always, is staying safe and staying well. So I have an unboxing for you today. It's actually it's from two different companies, two small ones, just some small ones. But I wanted to show you, it's some yarn that I've never had before. So my first one comes from Joanns. Joanns online. I don't shop in store at Joanns because it's too far away, and my Joanns sucks anyways, and they don't really have very much yarn. So a lot of my fans know me, and they're always like, "You're gonna love this yarn. You're gonna love this yarn. You need to get this yarn." I trust them always because they do know me. So this is new, not super new, but I haven't got it yet because I'm a little slow on the uptake because I don't go to shop. I shop online, not in stores at the moment. So this is Bernat Symphony. Many of you have probably seen it and used it. So let's go over it. Bernat Symphony is a bulky number 5, which is my favorite. It is a roving style yarn, which is my favorite. And it says it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. And there are 309 yards per ball. The color I have in my hand is called Autumn Maple. So it appears to be a striping yarn, yet it is also spun with two separate colors, kind of like it's spun there. It's a roving style. You can tell by looking at it with two or three different colors there are spun. There's like burgundy and yellow there spun together. So that's how it is. But it appears that in this pillow here on the project, well, it's knitted, not crocheted, that it self stripes, not correctly, not in consistent format, but it does do a bit of a self stripe. This is the first time that I had this yarn, first time that I seen this yarn. I smell the wool in it. It's nice. It's good enough. It's scarfable, which is my term for it's soft enough that you can use it against your skin. I like the yarn itself. The color, this is a beautiful color. Let me see where it was made, in India. Okay, so it's a beautiful color. These are my colors. It is a bit busy for my likings. I'm not a fan of busy yarns, but crocheting with it, I will crochet with it, because just because it looks like that, knitting and crochet are different. So I'm not a knitter, I'm a crocheter, so I don't know how to knit at all. But you know, maybe I can color control. I'm big into color control. I have a video on how to do that if you're interested. It's where if you have a self-striping yarn, you can control where you put your colors and make your stripes even. I'm not into non-consistent striping. Some yarns I can live with. Maybe this one would be one. I would have to see. But I like it. I think it's very pretty. I also got it in another color. This one is called Seashell. Again, it's a very pretty yarn. And it's got all my favorites, it being roving and it being a bulky 5. Now, rovings do go from thick to thin. Nature of the yarn. It's supposed to do that. But it levels out to be about a bulky 5. Very pretty. I just don't know how stripey it's going to be for me. I don't like variegated yarns that well. So, I like striped because I can control where I put my striped. We'll see. I will work this up and we'll see. But as a yarn goes, the way it looks, the way it feels, I like it. How it crochets up, I'll have to see. Like I said, I'm not a fan of busy. I don't like busy yarns. maybe for the perfect project, but normally they're not the type of yarns that I go for. I do like yarns with flex in them though. Okay, here's another one. This one is called Big Twist Cuddle. I think it was new. I don't know. Now, Big Twist is Joann's house brand, in case you are not familiar with that. So it would only be available at Joann's, either probably in store or online. I don't know about in store, but I would imagine it could be. Now, this is a 100% polyester, 220 yards of polyester, super bulky 6, machine washed. You can dry on low heat. Made in Turkey. So what this is to me is just like blanket yarn, like Bernat blanket. Had I known that, I would not have bought it. Blanket yarn is one of my least favorite yarns. I don't like blanket yarn. I don't know why. Now, although it is super soft and very squishy, I like super bulky 6 yarns. Very beautiful color. I love gold. I don't like blanket style yarns like this. They're just not my favorite yarns to use. I do have a few tutorials. I've made a lady's hoodie out of blanket yarn and maybe a bag or something and a couple things maybe. But it's not a yarn that I normally buy. Actually, I don't buy it unless I'm going to review it like this. But I didn't know at the time that it was going to be. This is like identical to Bernat blanket, if you ask me. Or any blanket yarn. So, it is very pretty though. It'd be good for blankets, I guess. It's not something I would ever buy again, just because that's not my style of yarn. And this was something new, I think. Also, well, not new, but new to me. Bernat, freesia. I guess that's how you say that. I don't know if that's right or not. Now, this is an interesting yarn. It reminds me of Lion Brand Homespun. Now, you see how that looks? All twisty on that 1, 2, looks like multi-strands of black thin yarn, and it's got that green twisty spun around it. So that's what that looks like. This yarn is soft, it's squishy. It would be scarfable. Obviously, I think it would work well for a scarf. It is a bulky 5, and I would agree with that assessment because of the you know, all the fuzzies hanging off of it make it the bulky 5. It is machine washable and dryable, but gentle and stuff like that. 70 acrylic, 18 wool, 12 nylon. There are 309 yards in this ball. Now, homespun, I don't have a problem with yarns like this. I don't use them all the time because they have a tendency to get hung up on your hook when you're crocheting with them. For me, anyways. Maybe not for you. And I always thought that when you use these type of yarns that the stitch definition doesn't show well. But in this pillow here they got, you can tell that they used the basket weave stitch. I mean, it's not extremely visible as if you use like a regular, you know, super saver stranded, you know, plied yarn. But it still is more visible than what I thought it would be. That's actually a very pretty pillow. I love the color I have. I love olive. That's one of my colors. I like it. So this is a very nice yarn, and I do like it a lot. Now, but although I do like it, and I do think that it's scarfable, it's not one that I would buy on a regular basis unless I had a specific project in mind to make with it. So in order for me to purchase this again, I would have to have a project in mind before I bought it. Otherwise, I would probably, I don't know why it's like that. I mean, I would just, I mean, I buy yarns all the time with no specific project in mind, but they're yarns that I know that I'll use. This one is similar to homespun. I only buy those yarns when I know that I have a project in mind for it. But I do buy them. well, occasionally. I've made plenty of things that I've homespun on my channel and stuff, and this is very similar. So yes, I would buy it again, but only if I knew what I was going to make with it first, or if it was on clearance or something. Heck yeah, I'd buy it. Probably buy it. I know I'd buy it then. Now I got one more in this Joanns box, and this isn't new, but it is a new color, and I've been having the hardest time finding it because I only shop online, but I found it at Joanns, and I got it. Now this is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. Now, Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, now this is only my opinion, only mine, is the best ombre that you can get within the United States at big box stores, or, from Yarn Serrations or anything like that. As far as the yarn ombres out from light to dark, I think Red Heart is the best. It's not the best, but as far as the ombres that are on the market now, it is the best. I think one day we'll see a better one, hopefully, but this particular one is called Hot Sauce, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Red Heart Ombre. It's been around for a very long time. They have like 20 different colors of it. I would not consider this an ombre. I would consider this more of a gradient. Ombre is more of a, like, you start out dark and it gradually fades to, say this was red, it would gradually fade to a very, very light red. So gradual that you couldn't even tell that there was a break in color. I think that's what a true ombre should be like. This is more of a gradient. A gradient yarn is yarns that work well together, such as these two, and they fade them together, kind of like an ombre, but they don't fade out in a manner at which one's dark and then it goes straight to light. It's just colors that work well together is a gradient, and then they kind of ombre them out, I guess, but it's not like a true ombre. Like this will probably show, this one right here will probably show stripes. Some of Red Heart ombres don't. They're really, they're pretty nice. Like, see this blue in here? It has a nice gradual fade from dark to light. You can't really tell that well where the color, it's a nice gradual fade. Now that's like an ombre should be like that. Not all of Red Heart ombres are like that. Some of them, a lot of them are, but some of them are more gradient than ombre. But anyways, I'll quit talking about that. I just want this one I would consider gradient. You guys, you can correct me in the comments and tell me what your thoughts on it, but I would never consider that an ombre. I consider it gradient. An ombre to me is the same color. Not, this one's just like reds and oranges all mixed together. They're all in the same family, and they fade them together. But an ombre to me is the same color with the slow fade from dark to light, or vice versa, light to dark. But that's that. So that's all I got at Joann's order. Now I'm going to move on to another order I got. This is from Kramer Yarns. Now, if you don't know Kramer Yarns, my husband popped the tape on this. I haven't looked in it yet, though. Kramer Yarns is based in the USA. It's a small family-owned company. I have bought from them a few times, never had a problem. They ship really fast. They have the best mystery boxes ever. I have a video on their mystery boxes. Made a shawl out of some of their yarn, and yeah. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I got. I actually had a giveaway a while ago where I let my husband choose yarn from my shelf to put in it. Well, he chose some of my Kramer yarn that I had that I was going to make a shawl out of. So I repurchased it so I could make it again. He did that on purpose too. I know he did it. You wait till you see it. I got some different yarn in here too that I never had before. I think it's similar, but I'm super excited because this is going to be super sparkly, and Bagoday loves the bling. I do. Anything that sparkles make me smile. I always say a little sparkle never hurt anybody. Kramer Yarns always says they send a little thank you note here. Oh, my gosh. It is so pretty. Wow. Okay. Now, although I've already had one of these yarns before, I did get it in a couple other colors. So, oh my. So this I got, this is what I had on my shelf to make a scarf or a shawl out of. And my husband put both of my hanks in a giveaway. So it was gone. Well, I went ahead and bought it again. And some other colors to boot. Because, what the heck, maybe I'll throw one in them and give away too. Who knows? But anyways, it's very, very pretty. Now, this is their Kramer Yarns Fountain Hill Brushed Mohair. It's an 80 acrylic, a 20% mohair. Now, it is a number 2 yarn. So, it's a very lightweight yarn, but look at the sparkle hanging off of that yarn. I like it when sparkle hangs off the yarn like that. It is so pretty. Now, my intentions will be to put another yarn with it when I crochet. Possibly a 3-weight or something. I don't know. Maybe a 4-weight or something. I don't know. And that way, it'll be easier for me to crochet with, because I can't crochet with really thin yarns. It hurts my hands. So, yes, isn't that pretty? These are the ones that got given away, the blue. Got it back! I yelled that at my husband. And then some! And I thought, well, while I was at it, I might as well get a couple more. I thought, oh, Christmas, when I saw these. Oh, these are like $11 or $12, I think, a hank. Now, I'm going to look that up to make sure, okay? I'm going to look that up, because I don't want to tell you wrong. You go there and then you're like, what the heck? Crystal told me this. Yeah, it's $11.45 a hank, and that is for 560 yards, but it is a number 2. But I'll be putting another solid yarn with it to make it. So the color of this one is called Nautical Lights. Now, not all of them have sparkle, but I had to get the sparkly ones, of course. This one's called Emerald Lights. Christmas to me. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you look. Oh, it's so pretty. This one is Ruby Lights. Think of the beautiful stuff that you can make with that. Yeah, I put another yarn with this. I can make a Christmas sweater. Wouldn't that be pretty? I'd be sparkling in the snow. That's pretty. So, yeah. I wasn't done. My husband gave away my yarn. So, I replaced it with a lot more. So, this one is pretty. This is the same thing. These are all the same yarns. Besides, I have another one down here that I've never had before. This one's called Taffy Lights. Look at the beautiful sparkle in that one. I love brown so much. This tan color. And look at the sparkle in that one. It's not like silver like those. The sparkle in this one is iridescent. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh. You know, I would probably put this with, like, I don't know what I'm going to put it with. I got to make something out of it soon. Maybe I have that bone color, that Caron Simply Soft that's like this color. I can make a really pretty cowl or something out of that. That's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Ain't that the prettiest thing ever? I got one more color, and I think this one might just take the cake. The hank. Deep rust. Lights. I love rust color. Isn't that one of the most beautiful yarns? It's so pretty. The color is remarkable on it. And the sparkle is copper. Wow. It's almost too pretty to use. You ever been in love with a yarn? I've been in love with many. It's got different colors in it. If you look closely, you can see some greens and some blues. That is a very, very pretty yarn. This is hands down the prettiest of all their colors of this Fountain Hill brush and mohair. Oh, well, that's only my opinion because I love rust color and copper color. This is absolutely stunning. That is a gorgeous hank of yarn. I can't get rid of this one. I have to keep it. I'm sorry. Okay. Now this is another yarn that I never had before. This is called their Sterling yarn. Sterling. Now I saw it on their website and I don't remember seeing it before. Now it was not cheap yarn. I mean, it's not bad for considering what it is, but it's very let's look at it here. Okay, this is called Sterling. Now it says it's a #1 weight, and I would probably consider it a #2 if I had to consider it. That's what I would say it is. Now it's made with 63% US superwash merino, 20% silk, 15% nylon, and 2% silver. They said, although it is a sock weight, it's meant for so much more, which I would never make socks with it. Now, okay, so it's got a nice fiber content to it. It says you don't want to wash it and you don't want to dry it. Of course, I would never recommend that for any of these yarns or any of that. You can see the silver. Now the color I have here is called White Veil. You can see the silver in it, the silver poly in it, shining. It feels that of wool, superwash wool. It does have silk in it. It does have nylon in it. It's not an itchy wool though. And I also got it in black. And you can see the silver is much more visible in the black. Sterling silk and silver. Okay, so this wasn't a cheap yarn. This one's called Tuxedo. Again, now I do have plans for this one because it was an expensive yarn. I'm going to add a matching Caron Simply Soft to each of them, and I'm going to make something with it. These were $21 a hank. It's got a good fiber content. There are 120 yards, but remember, it is classified as a 1. I would say it's more of a 2, honestly. But that is beautiful, beautiful yarn. I think that if you know, I think it's worth it. The fiber content alone is worth it. My project that I use is going to be using the black and white together. The black almost appears blue on my screen. It's not blue, it's black. But it's very pretty. They're both very, very pretty yarns. And they were a little expensive. And I won't give them away because I knew what I was going to do with them. I'm going to incorporate both colors together. And I'm going to add probably a lighter 4-weight yarn with them. And it's going to be pretty. I will make something very beautiful with it. That's pretty yarn. So that's all that I got from Kramer. I got my blue back with the exception of a few more colors. But okay, so out of all the yarns that I showed you, hands down, I mean, of course, my favorite, you guys, I probably goo and god over this one the most. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. But then again, this is the color that I love. It's so sparkly. It's so beautiful. It was almost too beautiful to use. You guys have yarns like that? I have some like that I won't use because they're too beautiful. But then again, I hate to see that set on a shelf and not be made into something beautiful. It's meant to be made into something beautiful, and that I will do as soon as I find a matching lightweight 3 yarn that matches well enough that I can put with it. I will make something with it. I don't know. It's very pretty. They're all so pretty. Kramer yarns is on, man, they got some dope sparkly yarn. And I love sparkle yarn, and they got some pretty sparkle yarn at Kramer's. They have some other sparkle yarn, Perfection Lights. I had bought the brown, and it had copper sparkles in it, and I made the prettiest shawl with it. I have a tutorial on my channel. Oh, it just sparkled. The tutorial in the picture didn't do it justice. Actually, I have it set it's in a tote, or I would show you. But beautiful, beautiful yarns at Kramer's. I can't say anything bad about Kramer's. You know, they're just a small run company, and like I said, they have the best mystery boxes ever. Now, I'm not affiliated with any of these yarn companies. I'm only telling my honest opinion. This has got to be this is a very, very pretty yarn. I see lots of pretty yarns. I have seen lots of pretty yarns in my day. Lot pretty for different reasons. This is pretty for its color, for its sparkle. Everything about this is beautiful. I don't know. But yeah, it's going to top out as a very pretty yarn for me. All these are gorgeous. That one, though, is very pretty. I do like the sterling silk and silver, though. It does have, like I said, a very nice yarn content. I like the black and white together. Like I said, I already have a project in mind that I'm going to make with this. Can't I tell you secrets? Secrets? I can't tell you. But that's it. That's my review. Hopefully I didn't creep you out staring at this yarn for so long. I get a little weird with yarn. I'm kind of a yarn weirdo. But thanks everybody for watching. Now you let me know in the comments if whatever I asked you, I can't remember now. I have a short-term memory. But if I asked you anything in the video and you answer it in the comments, I'll remember what I asked you. Anyways, oh, about the ombres. If you think if you call that an ombre or if you call that a gradient, and tell me this wouldn't make a beautiful Christmas sweater. What to do, what to do. You know, time is my worst enemy. It is. I think it probably is everybody's worst enemy. I guess it depends on the circumstances, I guess. But crocheting for me, and time is what limits me. I don't have a lot of time to do the things that I want to do. But I do like to buy yarn and look at it and tell people about it. New yarns, new yarn companies. I like to have it in my possession for a little while. Look at it. Usually ends up in a giveaway. I will tell you 100% this will not be given away, nor would I ever let my husband put it in a giveaway. Actually, maybe, as long as I could get it again, I'd probably let him do that. But for now, it's going to stay safe with me. I'm probably going to take it to bed with me tonight. I'm that weird. Sleep with it. I would do that. So thanks everybody for watching. Sorry it wasn't too exciting tonight. But yeah, I like everything that I got. Everything was pretty cool. Not a big fan of the blanket yarn though, I have to admit. And this one I liked. I just would have to have a special project in mind to use that. And the symphony, I want to see how the stripes work up in it. If you guys have made anything out of this Bernat symphony yarn, tag me on Instagram. Show me. I want to see how it crocheted anyways. I want to see what it looks like crocheted up, how the stripes fall. So that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry for yik-yakking. I talk a lot. I do. I'm sorry. Hey, it's only part of my charm. It's only part of my charm. Some people don't consider it charming, but hey, it's endearing, right? That I'm going to be sleeping with this Hank tonight. How endearing is that? Everybody stay safe. I'll see you on my next video.